clogged TV.
Beyond the policy.
Hi. This is the main segment of KOKO Digest Morning Show, and my name is Beatrice Bampo Adu. Today we are talking about an interesting topic. You know, there are people, thousands and millions of people out there who are using our identity to make money, make themselves rich. And what am I talking about? What am I saying? I'm coming to talk about information about things that would make you not to be at risk online or in premises. And to do this, I have an expert of cybersecurity with me in the person of Mr. Sani. Hi, sir. You're welcome.
Hello, Beatrice. It's good to be here.
Nice to have you. For the sake of our viewers, kindly introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Adib Sani. I am a security analyst, and I'm also an expert in cybersecurity.
All right, so thank you so much. And when we say cybersecurity, why does it matter?
Well, first of all, let me thank you for the opportunity, and a very big thank you to IFWA for the kind invitation. We live in a global village, and the world has evolved. Now we do everything, almost everything on computerized systems, on daily basis. I'm sure even this broadcast is kind courtesy a computerized system. Yeah. The way we communicate, the phones, the comments that people send is computerized. Yeah. When we wake up, we pick vehicles to work. The vehicles now, these days, are computerized. As a matter of fact, I was almost late. I was almost late, but thanks to Google Map, I knew the time I would arrive here, and I was able to dodge, the traffic and all that. So it is a good thing because it has made life easier for us. However, it comes with its downsides, because now we have criminal elements who would breach computer systems to engage in all manner of criminality. Either they are stealing your identity or your personal data, or they are disrupting the banking, sector, or they are disrupting the business of the whole state. Okay, that is why it is critical that countries, individuals take cybersecurity seriously. And basically, it is the practice of protecting systems, of protecting networks against digital crime. And the digital crime comes in many forms, whether it is social engineering, whether it is hacking, etc. And in recent times, there's been a lot of talk about Russian interference in U.S. politics. Okay, so your cyberspace can be used to influence an election, so to speak. Not too long ago, we had a similar case at Legon, University of Ghana, which is supposed to be the premier university, my alma mater. Okay. So, and as we go into this year's elections, it is said that we're going to be using a biometric system of voting and all that. So cybersecurity is paramount. However, we need to be very careful, as it has the tendency of affecting almost every aspect of our lives.
Okay. So as you said, tendency, it means we are all vulnerable, but not all are at risk. Is that true?
We are all vulnerable. We are all at risk. That is the saddest part. Because the thing is, Beatrice, I mean, someone was like, how do I protect my identity on the cyberspace? There's nothing like protecting your identity. Once you are online, you are exposed, you are naked.
Oh.
And you cannot also, in today's world, say, I'm going offline permanently.
Oh, but
it's not possible.
My mom can go offline. She can use the YAM phone, and she's okay.
Okay, so it's not about the YAM phone.
She's vulnerable.
It's not
she
about
doesn't have education about it, but she's not at risk.
Okay, guess what? What?
What?
The TV she watches is possible it's a smart TV.
Wow. Okay.
And there's a possibility a smart TV can be hacked. Whilst you are watching TV, someone is watching you through your smart TV.
How
and you
is that
see,
so?
yes, it's possible. And we are even getting worried about the possibility of planes hijacked through cyber means, not physically. So virtually, just as you have your meetings, a plane can be hijacked. Some years ago, during the Obama administration, a drone was in Iranian territory on a fact-finding mission, they call it, okay? And guess what? The Iranians were able to hijack the drone by going into the systems and safely landing it at an Iranian airstrip. And now the planes we have, the new planes we have, they are so computerized such that if the pilots pass out, do you know the plane can land itself? Yes.
Without crashing.
Without crashing. The plane can actually, modern planes can land themselves. Okay? So equally, because it's so computerized, someone can sit in his washroom or in his single room, self-contained, and hijack a plane. So it is becoming more distressing. Even though the benefits are also there, we have to be worried about the cons. And now, if you are walking in town, you see cameras all over, right? You can't instruct the camera not to record you. Yeah. We are being recorded. That is why issues of privacy has also come up. So you cannot, in today's world, 21st century, say you are completely cutting yourself off. It is the Amish in the US, the Amish community in Pennsylvania, who are trying to do so. They still use the horse-drawn carriages and all that, but still, there is always some element of technology, else it becomes very difficult to live.
We are all vulnerable and all at risk.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sure your mom transacts Momo. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, she transacts, you know. Yeah. And you know, these days we have these individuals who would call to tell you they mistakenly sent you money, or there's an upgrade in the telco systems, and so you should touch.
Why is that so? Because I feel the information is with the network provider.
Yes.
So how do they get access to our contact and our information to communicate with us?
Not just with the network. You see, the telcos have employees, okay, and they have thousands of employees. You are bound to have some few bad nuts amongst all of the 1,000 employees. Aside that, there are some third parties who have that data as well, because we go to transact at, in street corners with the vendors. And they are able to tell our balances and all that because we transact with them. So the possibility that the information can leak from either side is there, okay? However, one thing you should know is that it is almost impossible for anyone to hack into your Momo and steal your money. So it is possible, but it is almost impossible here, okay? What they do is social engineering, and social engineering is all about calling you to deceive you, to open up, then they take advantage of you. Okay. You understand? So they would call you, oh, I mistakenly sent you money, please send it back. Or the telco is upgrading their systems. I beg you, 1,000 type *170#, go to this. By the time you realize your money is taken away from you. In fact, I've even had someone call me to ask me, "Oh, my brother, how are you?" I said, "Fine. Where do you work?" And I gave him a wrong,
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, I have someone came to me from your workplace. He mentioned that they want to finish you because you are doing well, and I am the medicine man. And when I looked into it, I realized you are a good man. So please send me money to counter what the person is coming to do, because I see you are a good man." I gave him the wrong information. So that brings us to another thing. Someone calls you, please be very careful about the information you give. On social media, we give too much information about ourselves.
So talking about this, how can I protect my online identity?
There are so many ways you can do that, but it is a very difficult thing to do. For example, Facebook. Why would you want to protect your identity for anyone not to recognize the fact that you are there? Fine. You can be identified as Beatrice. However, you can protect some personal data that is not supposed to be out there, okay? The good thing about the social media sites is that they have a lot of settings, and we don't do it. I mean, privacy settings. Once you go there, you are able to set what you want people to see and what you don't want them to see. For example, if someone is not your friend or a connection on social media, you can decide that the person doesn't see your pictures. If you suspect someone is stalking you, you can just simply click the block button and you're done. You are also able to specifically point out certain things that people shouldn't see. For example, your age, where you work, where you live, and all that. But we proudly post with the address on it.
Exactly.
Our children, we show their pictures, we show the schools they attend, what time we drop them at school, what time we pick them up from school. So the criminals in the background can use what we call profiling to know a lot more about you than you think they do. Go to your school because they have all the information. Go to the children's school and pick them up. Okay? There's this friend of mine in the past who went on holidays. Thieves broke into his home and were actually living in his home.
Really?
Yes.
It happened
here
in Ghana.
They were living in his home. And
For how
nothing
long?
hurt him for, I think, about 2 days. Nothing hurt him like the yam he brought from the north. And they cooked all the yam.
That's interesting.
Because the thing is, you are on holidays. You see me, when I travel, I never post. It is after I come home, then I start
you
posting.
share your pictures.
You get me?
Yes.
Don't let people know you are away from home. Okay? And for single ladies also who are living alone, you don't make it very obvious on social media because we have all manner of criminal elements who are prying. You know, they are all over the place on social media looking for opportunities to strike. Okay, so we need to be extremely careful about our personal information and what we do. In fact, I know someone who posts every single thing about herself on social media, including her breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The water she baths in the morning, whether it's cold or hot water, we know. As a matter of fact, if she doesn't post in 12 hours, I think I can declare her missing and would have to report to the police. So
it's a form of tracking.
It's so easy. Like, it's so easy. You see this phone? This phone was stolen.
Yeah.
It is through social media I was able to retrieve this phone.
How was that so? I
was able to get the new number on this phone. Then I simply went on, so it was so easy. I simply went on social media, typed the number, and boom, I saw it. That is why it's good to protect your number also on social
Yes, so
media.
I was coming to that. About password. How strong can my password be? And how often can I change my password?
Well, we are very much accustomed to people using their birth dates as their passwords,
Yeah.
or the very simple 0000 or 1234 passwords. I mean, the criminals now know all of these. I mean, when I ask you your name and your mother's name, and we like to use our mother's names and all that, and your date of birth, and you are not very security conscious, I can try them all and get, your password. We should also take advantage of there's this term I've forgotten, but basically
CIA.
No. There's this double what do you call it? Two-way authentication. It's very important. So that before you are able to get into your account, you should receive an SMS with a unique, OTP of some sort. And I think that is very important. But we advise that if you are using a password, make sure you have special characters.
Can you give us examples?
So ABC at, not the AT, the character
the sign,
at, comma, hyphen, 1, 2, 3, sort of. You get me? So we should always try
a lot of combinations.
Yes, but for example, I have so many passwords in my head. When I try one, it doesn't go. I try two. At least the third one, it would go through. And I always take advantage of the special characters because they are difficult to crack.
Very.
But if you don't use them, it will be very easy because we have third-party applications and softwares that are able to crack passwords, and they are on the market.
What are those? And can you give us examples?
No, they are illegal.
They are illegal?
Yes, they are illegal. People purchase on the dark web and use it to crack people's passwords. That is why it is recommended that you use very strong passwords with special characters. And also to opt for the two-way authentication.
Wow. That's so interesting. Sometimes you get a pop-up after entering your information. Maybe you want to open an account. You enter the information on your PC. There's a pop-up that asks you, should I save your password? There are options, 2 options. Yes, never. Is it okay to save your passwords on your computers or your mobile phones?
In my opinion, it's okay because already it is on the computer you are keying in the passwords. You get me? So if it's going to be...
make it so easy for you when you are opening the next time, maybe you forget or you are in a hurry.
Yes.
Is it safe?
But it depends on the situation.
Okay.
If the phone is very personal, nobody has access to it, okay, then on the move. I mean, I have so many applications on my phone, and trust me, retyping passwords becomes very difficult for me. So I have the double authentication by saving the passwords and making sure it asks me for my fingerprints, all right? However, if it is a phone anybody can touch in the house or your PC at work, your colleagues can come to the PC, it is not advisable because once they go, they are able to, get the saved password. And so it depends on the circumstance. But as much as we can, we should protect our passwords. And one more thing that is very much tied to your question. Sometimes the apps ask us to log in with our Google accounts.
Okay. Yes.
You get me? So when you do that, they use you for targeted marketing. So for example, if you are on Chrome and you log in on Chrome with your Gmail account, anything you go search on Google, looking what is the best car, if it's about sandals, if it's about hair, the next minute you go on your socials, you see those adverts. Aside that, there are crooked elements who use other means to target us, all right? So, for example, they are able to send you a link. Recently, I got a link from a food chain that click here for free food. In fact, at the point, I also had another
one. There's no free food in the mousetrap.
I saw another one. One of the airlines was celebrating their 50th or 30th anniversary or 20th, something like that. And that, if you click on the link, you would get a free ticket to Dubai. I was like, everybody would have gone to Dubai.
Exactly.
And when you do that, you've given them the way to go into your system and use you for targeted marketing. So I'm chatting with you on WhatsApp about pregnancy, right? The next minute, you go on your socials, you see adverts about pregnancy. If it is about shoes, even with a phone call, you're speaking with someone about shoes. The next minute you go on your socials, you see, well, you're real.
Yes.
A lot of it would be about shoes. So we need to be careful with that. Let us create separate logins rather than using your Gmail to log in to various, applications. Because when you do so, those applications also have your Gmail accounts. You get me? And that could be dangerous.
I get it. Last week, I went to Pimpamsi, and the hotels have free Wi-Fi. So they'll give you the password. Some are open. You just log in. Is it safe? Because I think it's part of the charges. So if it's open, I can just log in. Is it safe?
If you log into a Wi-Fi service, they can easily have access to your private data. So if they mean well, fine. But if they don't mean well, you are in trouble. That is why I advise, whether it is at the airport or at a restaurant, don't join free Wi-Fi services. It's very dangerous. Maybe they mean well, but you never know. Okay, if I want to hack people, what I do is to hotspot, then people would join. Then I have, special applications or softwares go into the system, and I'm looking at everything on your phone.
Did you say if you want to hack?
Yes.
Yeah, hacker?
That is. Oh no, I'm not a hacker, but of course, I don't do it professionally.
Okay.
But I do it ethically.
Okay.
As a learning curve. I train people.
Okay.
And so sometimes you just want them to see its life, feely.
I'm sure the investigative and forensics people use that hacking practices.
Yeah. I mean, there's this tool I once used. We're just testing it. Then I was able to enter the person's phone, and I used his phone to send messages to people. He was shocked. It is quite easy to do. And there are some third-party applications. For example, you are buying a phone for your boyfriend or a girlfriend, then they install those applications before giving the brand new phone. So whatever you do, I mean, they are watching. I don't advise that. Because you might see what you don't want to see, all right? And of course, the person still has rights to his or her, privacy. So we need to be very careful, and we need to be mindful of the things we keep on our phones, especially our private pictures.
Okay.
Private pictures is extremely dangerous to do so because you never know.
Okay.
All right? You never know. Your phone might have a challenge with the screen. You can't go into your phone to delete the pictures, and you give it to a repairer. He goes in and you're in trouble. It does happen a lot. Yeah. Joe Biden's son, who is in court on drug charges and lying about certain things, he took his laptop to a repairer, okay? And the man accessed and saw a lot of incriminating things about him. That is why the case is in court and there's so much hullabaloo around him. All right, so we need to be very careful about the things we keep on our phones. Okay. We need to be also careful about the things we share with our partners when we are caught up in the heat of the passion. Because the issue of sextortion has become so rampant to the extent that almost every week, Beatrice, I have people calling me to cry that this is what is happening. Someone has his or her nude pictures and they intend publishing it. In fact, in other countries, in Western countries, people kill themselves. They commit suicide because they send the wrong pictures to the wrong people, and in the end, they threaten them. And guess what happens now? They are able to use AI, artificial intelligence, pick your face, Beatrice, and put it on a porn site, and everybody sees, no, this is Beatrice, but it's not Beatrice. Okay? Or you meet someone online. Oh, you are in love. You've never met with we've never met. Okay? Then you do a video call. Then things get steamy. Not knowing you are communicating with a computer. You are not communicating with a human being.
Okay.
Then immediately you're done. They send you the pictures and say, send money to us. I met a lady who met another lady, and it got steamy. And the lady is a very well-known figure in Ghana. She was like, Adi, if people get to know I do women, I'm finished.
So the story you are telling just brings in mind, I want to mention it. I don't want to mention it.
Go ahead, feel free. You know, we are educating.
So,
people need to be educated.
In our workspace, we use emails. How risky are those to us?
Which emails? Is it the official emails or?
Talking about phishing of emails. Can you just touch on it?
Okay, so that is why it is recommended that if you are within the office space and you are using office computer, you use the office emails. You don't use your private emails on and off. There are a lot of softwares I wouldn't want to mention. You can simply just download it and have it installed on a computer.
Okay.
Everything that anybody comes to sit and types, you would pick up your phone. Oh, come on.
Please, I'll come to you.
You get me?
I'll come to you before the program ends.
Very easy to do. So easy. Okay. And it runs in the background. So it is not an application or software you see on the desktop. Okay. All right. So when you come to type anything, some other person would have access. But before we go to the next one, I think it is important for me to reiterate that if you meet someone you like online, be very careful with the communication or what you show the person. Okay. Because now there's so much, the sextortion in the system is just too much. And you know what? They would make you send money over and over. Anytime they are broke, they will call you. Look, this lady sent...
the recent story, you continue.
This lady sent close to 50,000. Look, today 5,000, tomorrow 10,000, the following day 7,000. And they keep calling. And they would not stop.
Wow.
Okay, you'll be their slave forever. But when it happens like that, please report. We have a cybersecurity authority. We have the police. They have a cybersecurity unit. Okay. So when she reported to me, we did some checks. Then we realized the person was in a rural town, in the southern part of the country, rural town.
Okay.
Okay, and we had to, report to the appropriate authorities. That is when it stopped. But sometimes we are so ashamed. We don't want people to know. Yeah. We keep it to ourselves and suffer in silence. And that is wrong. That is so wrong. If anyone is threatening to publish your pictures, please, don't pay a dime. Don't pay one peso to the person. Report to the appropriate authorities. Now there's a technology to fish the crook out of his hole wherever he is in Ghana. So please, this is a very important information for all Ghanaians. If anybody is threatening you to expose you because perhaps you might have sent those pictures to the person, please don't send anything. Just report to the police or the Cybersecurity Authority.
So if you are a parent watching us, you realize your child is at high risk, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad. We'll get into the conversation, but after this break, please stay. Hi. Welcome back from the break. And we were talking about cybersecurity. If you just tuned in, we are talking about cybersecurity and some of the threats that we have on our social media presence. And we have more to discuss, but we have some comments. Let me read them out quickly before we continue our conversation. From Ifwa, she is asking, what are the most common types of cyber threats and how can we protect ourselves against them as individuals?
Okay.
Mr. Sani.
All right. So we have different types of threats. We have those who hack into our computer or network systems. We also have those who use what we call social engineering. And I think that is what we need to be more cautious about, because sometimes what happens is someone would try entering your WhatsApp and a message would come to your phone, right, with an OTP. Then they would call
OTP,
us
sorry.
one-time password.
Okay.
That is usually a number that you would key in to validate that, yes, this is your number and you want it to be registered on WhatsApp.
Okay.
All right. And they would call us, then tell us, oh, we are on the same group and we are updating the group security, blah, 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 blah. And so a message has been sent to you. What is the number? So when it happens that way, I waste your time if I have enough time at hand. I'll be giving you the wrong number at the point they insult and, cut it off. So please, let us never share OTPs with anyone.
Okay.
And these days, for a lot of the payment services, they use that for example, Haptel, if you're paying, they would send you an OTP to be sure it is you and all that. So let us be very mindful of not sharing such critical information with anyone. The same way with the socials, with the other social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the rest. When they are getting into your system, they are not able to, so they would go to forgot password. All right. So when you go to forgot password, they would send you a new, password that you can use to enter, then you change it. So when they call, they use social engineering. Let us be careful not to, give out such information to them. And for most cyber security issues that have been reported to us, about 90% of it, or even 95%, is social engineering. People not being aware of their cyber environment and allowing themselves to be duped.
Okay. All right. So we have another question here. It's asking, what does one do if you are being told to pay via cryptocurrency? It's assumed it can be traced. Crypto.
Yes. What can you come in?
What can one do if you are being told to pay via cryptocurrency? It's assumed it can be traced. With regards to saving passwords in browsers, what if you are infected with an info stealer? They are rampant nowadays.
Yes.
Yes. So the person is asking, how can one identify if a web page isn't a phishing campaign?
Okay, good. So we have a lot of crypto sites, okay? And they are so unregulated and so scattered in such a manner that if you are not careful, you might go to a fake crypto site, pay monies or do business, and later you would realize it's not the truth. Indeed, not long ago, not long ago, I had an invite to be part of a certain crypto forum and all that by a lady friend of mine. She was so insistent that, hey, you have to be part of it. The returns are good. And the returns was too good to be true. And I wonder, look, anywhere you see offers that are too good to be true, just as we had with Men's Gold, you have to be careful. Yeah. She was like, no, this one is real, blah, blah. Later, I asked her, she was like, Adi, my school fees, everything went into it. She lost everything. And so with the cryptos also, we have to be very cautious about the sites we go. I cannot sit here to indicate which ones are genuine and which ones are not. But what I can say is for us to exercise a great deal of circumspection with regard to this. The IT or cyberspace is so hazardous that any step you take, you have to watch well, because you can easily be deceived into giving out or throwing away money. All right. So with the crypto sites, also we need to be very wary of what we see or what we believe in, especially when the offers are too good to be true.
Yeah. So you can also join us in our conversations via the WhatsApp numbers that are displayed on your screen. And we have the call-in segment as well. You can just call and ask your question. We'll be glad to let our expert talk to you on that. And now I want to ask, are our children safe online?
Well, it is worrying. It is very worrying because last week I was listening to the BBC and there was talk about how exposed teenage boys are to violent content on social media. And others are exposed to sexually explicit content. And these days, we hand our phones over to the children. In fact, there are homes in which the children have their own phone because the parents would want to communicate with them and download YouTube Kids. However, children are so curious such that when you are with them, they would be on YouTube Kids. Just give them 5 minutes break and they would go to other areas. They would veer off. But the good news is now modern phones have those security functions that can constrict the children to YouTube Kids. And any attempt to download any software, you would get a notification on your phone. Your child is trying to download this content, okay? But let us be very safe. Let us be very careful about what we expose the children to, even on TV. But the saddest part of it and the painful part of it is the fact that you don't allow your children to watch Kumkum Bagya. But some irresponsible parents somewhere would allow his children to watch Kumkum Bagya. They meet in school, and those children would poison your children. Yeah. That is the painful part, okay? So please, always be the first person to let the children know what the ramifications are. Don't shy away from getting the children to understand that, hey, kissing is only for adults. Okay. If you kiss, you might contract diseases, okay? Mommy and daddy can kiss. That is okay. If you grow, you would also kiss, all right? That aside, we expose our children so much, like I said the other time, to people all over. And when they say there are evil eyes, Beatrice, there are evil eyes. So
I know, right?
Don't let people see how your children grew up. A fresh, newborn baby, well, on social media. Every day, the changes in the child's body, everything is on social media. There are some so-called celebrities who would even be bathing their children, and the children are naked, and they put it on social media. What is all this about?
To display African tradition.
What is all this about? Respect the child's privacy.
Exactly.
So let us be mindful of the information we put out there about our children, because we expose them to needless physical and spiritual danger. I'm very free-spirited, okay? And I also do believe in evil.
Okay.
There's evil. You cannot run away from it. Okay? So apart from the physical bit, there's the evil exposure we are exposing these children to. So we need to be very careful about what we put out there about our children.
Okay. Our children, lately, these children. Okay. So you can join us also in the conversation. As I mentioned earlier, the phone-in segment is opened and you can ask all questions you want our experts to touch on. And sir, what are one or two things a parent can do to monetize these children's presence on social media? Probably you give them a tablet, you've not opened to any social media handle to them, but the kids that they watch and other things, what can a parent do to prevent the children from going to unauthorized sites?
Okay, so there are tablets for kids, all right? And I would also suggest that the tablet shouldn't be connected to the internet. You can download what you want the children to watch. It would be on the tablet, and they would watch that. They cannot do any other thing online. Okay.
Okay.
Like I also indicated, even if it is online, now we have applications that would prompt you if a child is trying to download something.
So I've been alerted we have a caller right now.
Yes.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome to Clock TV's morning show, KOKO
Yes,
Digest.
yes.
Please, what's your submission?
My question. Hello.
Please go ahead.
Yes. I just. Please, I want to know. There was this famous video. I know the host wants to talk about. You know, a famous presenter. Whose name starts with S-A. I don't want to know it. I mean, you know it on G1, this thing. And the similarity in the two videos that trended, I want to know whether it's AI or not. The famous presenter, you know her. You know, my name Sarah something. And then there is this video about a man making love to them and all that. And then you also see a fear or in the same. I want to know, is it AI or it's really true? I want to know. Please tell me. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for your question. Mr. Sani.
I wasn't there.
You have to say something
but Beatrice, currently in South Korea, there's a phenomenon that is really ruffling feathers, and that has come up for discussion, and I think the government is doing something about it. It has become so rampant that it has become a national security issue in South Korea. People using people's face to do what we call deep fakes on pornographic websites. Like I indicated, they would use your face, put it on somebody's body engaged in a sexual activity. And they do it so fluently, so flawlessly, so professionally that it will be very difficult for anyone to convince me, no, this is not Beatrice. So the possibility that their faces, because they are known, because they are celebrated, because they have following, it's used on other people is very high. We're in this country. We've heard a lot about other celebrities and how they were engaged, and we've seen the videos, and it will be impossible for you to tell that it is true or not unless you use specialized tools that will be able to determine or identify the color dissimilarities and be able to tell that, no, this is a deep fake. But that is how advanced the technology has become over the years. And we need to be able to counter it. If not, it will be used to do certain things that would have an immediate implication on the security of the state.
The conversation is getting interested. I think we have another caller online. So, hello, sir. Hi
Hello.
there. Good day, sir. Please, your name and
Yes.
where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Kasua.
Please go
My name
ahead
is
with your
Usman.
question.
Hello?
Please go ahead with your question if you can hear me.
Thank you very much. Actually, I'm not from Ghana. I'm calling in Ghana right now, but I'm not a Ghanaian.
Okay.
Hello? Yes. I have a situation where I have been scammed for visa. I'm just watching your program now, and I decided to call and see if I can get an assistance or a help from that gentleman.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
That's okay.
Thank you so
I mean, he can reach out to your outfit and reach out to
Then
me.
we connect to you.
Yes.
right.
I've had a lot of such cases, people scammed. And interestingly, my last case was a foreigner who was scammed of about, I think, 200,000 Ghana cedis plus.
And you were able
because he
to
had
retrieve
met
the money?
We were able to get them. We retrieved part of the money, but they are still paying back.
Okay.
So when he gets in touch with me, I'll see how I can help him with the appropriate authorities, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay, so sir, kindly call or send your message to the number displayed on your screen right now, and he'll get in touch with you, okay? Now, someone is asking a question on WhatsApp. It says, how can one identify if a web page isn't a phishing campaign?
Okay. All right. That's a very good question. What is the website for Clock TV?
clocktv1@gmail.com.
Okay, Clock TV.
We don't have an official website for now.
Okay. All right. So, how
you
about
say
your?
website?
How about yes?
Oh, okay. Sorry. So we don't have a website for now.
How about
we are
your
working on it.
Facebook? What's it called?
Clock TV. Clock TV.
Clock TV.
Yes.
Okay, so someone can go and do clock. So instead of the CLOG, he would write CLOC, Clock TV, and make it like with the logo, everything. Make it look like it's you.
Okay.
The same thing with the websites. BBC.com, they'll go and write BBQ.com, but with the same BBC colors.
Okay.
You get me?
I do.
Let us cross-check and be sure that this website is a true website. So sometimes they will just use one letter to create a website that is very similar to the original, and you might be going to the wrong place. And when you go to a website, it asks for username and password to your Gmail or anything of that nature. Don't do it. Just leave.
Okay.
You know, and website links that follows certain communications. For example, click here for a free gift from a shopping chain.
It happens a lot.
You get me? And once you click there, then your information goes to the perpetrators.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So, our parents out there who are not literate like we are, what are some of the things they can do on their own to protect themselves?
Well, we need to educate them. And the good thing is, Beatrice, we have a cybersecurity strategy that was first ratified under JM, John Mahama, but it has since been reviewed. Okay. And it's built on some pillars. And one of those pillars is public education. People are so ignorant. And the interesting thing is, it's not just our parents who are illiterate, but even the most literate people fall for this. Look, I've had a chief director of a big ministry in Ghana fall for these things.
There's another caller. This particular topic is of public interest, you know. So, hello, sir. Hi.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm calling from Abekuma Abasi. My name is Asari Amwa.
Okay, Asari Amwa, please continue with your question.
I would like to thank you for this kind of discussion. A very lovely discussion and a very broad one as well. My problem is I would like to know much more about the site that we can download to pin our kids from not going online, whereby it will not bring any distraction to them. Because now they will come from school and simple work that they need to solve at school, they will say, "Care mommy and daddy to give you his or her phone to do research." I think research is good, but you must give the phone to the kids going online, doing research. It's not all the time that you can be close to him or her to search whatsoever he or she is doing. So if there will be an app that we can, as a parent, can use to lock or log out whenever they are trying to go on board where they are supposed to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for your question. Mr.
Okay, the good news also is most of it is inbuilt. When the phone is fresh and you are handing it over to the kids, you are able to do those settings, but it depends on the phone in question. Okay. Aside that, you can delete certain applications.
Before you give it to them?
Yes, before you give it to them, like Facebook, like, what do we call it, Google Chrome. So they don't go on Google.
Don't you rather log out than delete it?
Okay, so what I would suggest parents do is to ensure the children are not online.
But they are doing research.
No, okay, so the good thing is there's always a good news to all of these, downsizers. We have children's tablets. That comes with Wikipedia. It comes with preset applications that would broaden their horizon, whether it is about plants, it's about animals, it's about the atlas, the map of the world, the countries with their capitals, with their currencies. Everything is there that the children would be interested in knowing, not internet. You see, the problem is, Beatrice, I don't want a situation where you would give them access to the internet and not put in motion the controls, because you are not always available. You are on the move. You go to work. You come back home. You are tired. You go to sleep. It would mean that you need to keep an eye on whatever they are doing.
You can't.
So to save yourself the trouble, give them a device that is for kids, that contains content for kids, and that is not online.
Thank you so much. We have another caller. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, good morning. Please, your name and where you're from.
Okay, my name is Ernest. I'm calling from Kumasi, Edison.
Hi, Ernest. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to know. I want to ask him if we keep saying. Yeah, we keep saying we have to protect our kids. We have to protect our kids. But I believe at the moment information is growing. I think it is the right time we rather introduce our kids into it. For instance, the SS or junior high, we take them through cybersecurity. Teach them, other countries are doing so. We don't have to be afraid of be afraid of.
Can you lower your set a bit, sir? Your set is giving us feedback. Please lower it a bit for us and continue with your submission.
Okay, I've lowered it. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that we are in a new generation, so we don't have to always be afraid of trying to expose our kids to what is happening. I think it is due time we rather teach them what cybersecurity is all about. Teach them, let them understand the impact, the effect, it could have on them, so that they can also have confidence in it. I don't know if that is something we can introduce in our educational system.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. What do you think?
There's IT training for kids at a very elementary level.
Like, what was the age bracket?
Oh, right from day one. I mean, it depends on the school.
On cybersecurity?
Yes, but my kids... No, it is a general IT education.
Oh, they do IT?
Oh, yes, of course, they do. They do. I mean, parts of a computer, how to
But he's talking about cybersecurity.
Yes, so the cybersecurity angle of it should be imbibed into the general, cyber training they are given. Children at that age, it becomes a bit dicey because teaching children how to set up passwords so their parents will not have access is kind of not
so
sounding
it will take
good.
Time.
But it takes a bit. Yes, it takes a bit of time. But what we can teach children is maybe you are online, then a stranger pops out, okay, and tries to engage you. We need to be careful because for a lot of sexual predators like pedophiles, they look for kids online. All right. So in fact, there are kids who have social media handles. Most shockingly, and these people prey on them. They try to engage them, and the next minute, Beatrice, they are meeting somewhere, and you never know. Is he a kidnapper? Is he a killer? You never know. So with that, we can start educating the children about that. Okay, and with the apps, like I said, some of it is inbuilt in the phone. But
for e-learning?
Yeah, not for it, but to keep tap on what the children are doing, okay? But there are some other ones that you can download by Google. I always like to download apps that are developed by Google. We have, I think, Kids 360, and we have the parental control app. So you can download that one on their phone and your phone and keep tap of all that they are doing. It's very easy to do. You wouldn't need any instructions from anywhere to be able to do that.
Okay, so the conversation is heated a bit, but it's so unfortunate we have to wrap up. But the last thing I want to ask, when I feel I'm hacked, what can I do? What's the first thing to do?
The first thing to do is to get in touch with an expert. I've had a lot of such cases coming before me. Sometimes a girlfriend can come to me, I think my boyfriend is watching. I was like, how do you know? I went to Akosombo secretly, and he was like, hey, you traveled, eh? I was like, where did you get the phone from? He bought it for me. I was like, Or maybe he's playing tricks. He's just playing tricks on you to see if... But if you bring the phone, we can run it and know whether someone is keeping tap on it or not. But surely the best thing to do is to see the experts. But before you do that, you immediately log out of all your accounts. Okay, so you don't give them the opportunity to do whatever they want to do in there before you speak with the experts. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much, Mr. Sunny. It's so educative, and I appreciate your time with us today.
Pleasure is mine.
Lovely viewers, that's all our time for today. I appreciate your time. It wouldn't have been so easy without you. I thank you. And until next time, it's a bye-bye.
unclogged TV. Beyond the policy.